To start, I am a teenage female. I had my own apartment for the first time, having recently moved to a new city to study. I quickly made friends with a group of fun but somewhat troubled teenagers that spent their days loitering at a local coffee shop. One girl I met in particular is who this story is about. I instantly felt a strong sense of caring about her. She is sweet, bubbly, and the moment I met her remains one of my favorite and most clear memories of her. This girl tells me of a man, let's call him Mike, who is like a father to her. Her words. He wants to adopt her. Let's note, this girl doesn't have an ideal family. Her real father is in jail, and she just has very low self-esteem as he just doesn't give her the care she deserves. I soon met him, and right away I thought he was great. I was being so naive. He was a scary-looking biker, had some awesome tattoos, and told stories of great experiences, travel, and seemed quite educated. I thought I was so mature, and didn't think it was odd that we quickly became good friends, as the girl previously mentioned felt safe with him and we both cared for her. We would drive around, talk about everything. I went to him crying and he made me feel better within a few hours when the boy I was dating cheated on and then dumped me. I felt powerful having a friend like him. His favorite subject was the girl. He had met her a couple years prior, by chance, at this coffee shop. She looked exactly like his eldest daughter had at her age. He told me that 2 years prior, his oldest daughter, out of 3, had committed suicide. The girl had filled a void. I felt for him and understood. A few months pass and the girl is staying with him. She is soon to be the legal adoption age, when she can choose to be adopted by him, and he is getting more and more excited. Alongside her, I am the person who is closest to him. We spend time talking on the phone, visiting. I sleep at his house. I hang out with the girl and am teaching her how to drive. Mike was like a father to me in this new town. He watches out for me. He tells me I am important to him like the girl is. He would do anything for me. Some of the things he does for me includes letting me leave a project car in his yard, buying parts for it and helping me work on it, and aggressively confronting a boy who took advantage of me while I was intoxicated. Sorry for the huge setup, but it needs to be understood that I trust and look up to Mike with everything I have. 6 months after meeting him, the girl turns of age to be adopted. I am now staying at a nearby town, not seeing them as much but still visiting on weekends. I get a call, and he is thrilled to tell me that she asked to be adopted by him, and he wants to have a big party. I am excited and congratulate him. The last time I saw the girl was a few days before this, and just as our first meeting is vivid in my memory, so is our last goodbye. A few days later, I hear that she has been reported missing and Mike is gone, ignoring my texts and eventually deleting his social media. Everyone is in a panic. This girl is adored by everyone and is as innocent as they come. This is the start of 2 months of major anxiety and guilt and hurt that Mike had left me. I thought he was there for me. For some reason, I still don't think he would do anything to hurt her. He loved her and protected her. Until a couple weeks later on Facebook, I see a comment on one of the articles. The police are now searching for Mike, wanting to question him although he is not a suspect. A girl has commented, "I am Mike's daughter. Can someone please get me in touch with the family immediately? He is dangerous. I do not believe she is safe if she is with him." What the fuck? I message her right away, give her the girl's grandmother's number and ask her what she means by he's dangerous. As we talk, I learn about a few things. He never had 3 daughters, only 2. This girl I am talking to is the oldest. When she was a child, he sexually abused her, and the girl who I care about so much is the spitting image of this real daughter when she was a teenager. They had this falling out about 2 years prior, the time of his oldest daughter's suicide. I also learned that the girl certainly had not wanted to be adopted. She had thought this was too much. However, she was being groomed and enjoyed the gifts. Someone who would give her whatever she wanted. A father figure while hers was not around. I suddenly am thinking about all the red flags. How could I have been so stupid? He had talked about his time with the angels. He had put a man in the hospital shortly before I met him after a bar argument. He spent his days hanging around a coffee shop with teenagers. I have experience with creepy and dangerous men of all ages. He totally had me fooled. I think of the times he told me he cared about me as he did her. The times he picked me up drunk from parties, drank at my house. I slept at his house. Never once did he do or say anything inappropriate, but he had always been overly protective. The police and news reporters are calling me almost daily, asking me what I know about him, asking me all these details. I ignore the reporters, fearing he will see me on TV. He is eventually found, questioned, and released. Not a suspect. He disappeared again and I never spoke with him. 2 months after this lovely girl goes missing, her body is found. It is deemed a homicide. This was 1 year ago. There are no leads and no other information released by the police. I have not heard from Mike. There have been many crazy theories since then. Lots of speculation. I don't want to believe he did it, and he has not been arrested or made a suspect, but everyone thinks that he is very likely. He lied about many things. I learned the truth from his real daughter and can't possibly include it all here. I wonder where he is. I wonder if one day I'll be minding my business and he will appear. Something in me still doesn't believe he could hurt me. Could I have been the body found? But the worst part is the tremendous guilt I feel. I was with him all this time. I spent time with these two. Why didn't I intervene? I am so sorry. This happened last year, at the peak of my partying stage. I was at a friend's house drinking at around 2 a.m. I was pretty drunk and decided to call an Uber to take me home. The car pulled up, and I have this habit of sitting in the front with the driver. He was a young man, around mid to late 20s, and I don't remember too much about what we were talking about, but I do recall his compliments going from, "You're really pretty," to, "You're really hot." And he kept saying I reminded him of his mom. I found it really strange, especially considering I was 19, but I tried to laugh it off because I didn't want to appear rude. I asked him to swing by the drive-thru at a burger spot because I was hungry. We got the food and he was supposed to take me home, but I noticed he was driving literally the complete opposite way of where my house was. I looked at his map and it kept telling him to turn around. So I asked him where we were going and I remembered him looking all over and saying, "Oh, you don't want to come over to my house?" I remember I completely sobered up and said, "No, please take me home." I don't recall if we continued talking after that, but he luckily took me home and I never heard from him again. I also reported him the next day. What really upsets me is that he clearly knew I was inebriated and was trying to take advantage of me. I can't imagine what would have happened if I had never spoken up. It's safe to say I won't be Ubering alone at night anymore. I grew up in the suburbs of Sacramento, California, in an area that was very middle class and a place where I always felt safe. As a kid, I would walk home from school with the neighbors. We would play hide and seek, basketball, and other games in the street, and we never had any strange encounters. I am currently a 30-year-old male, and it is weird to think about this story. Anyway, during the weekends when I was a teenager, I would ride my bike for hours at a time and ride around a 10-block radius from where my house was. In Sacramento, we typically had good weather in the spring and a lot of these days were mild temperature with a decent amount of clear skies and sunlight. I'm a pretty introverted individual and also pretty naive to things around me. I vividly remember one time when I was 13 years old riding my bike in the neighborhood. I had a speedometer on my bike and always traveled around 12 to 16 miles per hour in the right-hand side bike lane of the street. While I was cruising my bike, a windowless white van pulled up next to me on my left and matched my speed. I remember glancing over and thinking nothing of it since it was a neighborhood street, and it would be weird if a van blazed past me at 35 miles per hour. Within a few seconds of the van matching my speed, Their right side door slid open and there were 2 guys in the back and 1 guy driving. I look over and the van got uncomfortably close to me and one of the guys said quite loudly, "Get in the van." I didn't reply but started pedaling faster and reached around 18 miles per hour, which I know isn't fast compared to a van and isn't going to get me away from the van, but it seemed like the right thing to do at the time. The van accelerated to match my speed, and I looked over at them. The van was weird inside. I remember seeing no seats in the back. The 2 guys were not seatbelted in. I remember seeing the metal flooring of the van and some rope. The guy beckoned, maybe in more of an insisting tone too. "Get inside the van." He reached out since I was within arm distance. At this time we were traveling straight, but literally just as he was reaching out, the road we were on intersected with another street that I instinctively turned a hard right onto. They were forced to keep going straight, otherwise they would have flipped the van to follow me. I knew the area well, and started weaving in between the residential streets that consisted of a lot of curved roads that looped and resemble a maze. In hindsight, it was scary to be in that area because they could have easily found me, as I couldn't have seen them coming up on me because of the curved roads. But luckily they didn't make another pass. Nowadays I look back and wonder what they intended to do. Were they just goofing around? Were the ropes just for belaying and rock climbing? Or did they actually have malicious intent? Did they ever do anything to anyone else who couldn't get away? These questions still linger with me. I went home and never told anyone about it. To this day, this is the 2nd time I've talked about it. I'd like to meet them again because I'm not 13 anymore. I'm 6'1", 190 pounds, train like crazy and would love to have them try to abduct me again. I'd probably jump into the van. I had gotten used to checking Craigslist before buying anything new, so when my ice cream maker died, I headed there. I found one I wanted, new in a box, and emailed to see if it was still available. For some reason I assumed I was talking to a woman, and we made plans to meet up. I had gotten sort of careless about always meeting in public, and had agreed to come to her house, believing she had several small kids that made it difficult to leave home. I was supposed to go after work, and we switched to text messages so they could text the address, and so I could let them know when I was on the way. I got home, and they texted me the address. My normal routine at this point would have been to hop in my car and use the TomTom, it was like 2008, to find it. But since I booted up my PC while waiting, I decided to just use Google Maps. I typed in the address and it showed that a registered sex offender, violent sex offender, and child sex offender lived there. I Googled the phone number and the same person came up. I let them know I wasn't coming, went to Walmart, and spent $5 more to buy it there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And if you would like to help support the channel, make sure you check out that sponsor button. I have had a few people ask me where it's located, and it should be down by the subscribe button. If not, you should also be able to find it on my main channel page. There are some perks that go along with that, and all of it will be explained if you click the button. This weekend will also be a sponsors only stream, with a face cam because I gotta open something up on stream, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. I appreciate everyone checking out this video, and for those of you that follow me on Twitter and my Snapchat, and are wondering about the little mouse I found, I'm going to go ahead and include all of my snaps in one compilation at the end, so all of you can see it. But as of now, he's still alive. Not sure how, but he is still alive. I don't know if it's a he, but his name's Leroy now. He's a cute little kangaroo mouse. And I want to squeeze him. Not really, because I think he's got mites and some weird-ass disease. But, I'm letting him die in a box. Anyway, I guess you'll see it. If you want to, that is. If you don't want to, well, then go ahead and leave this video. I appreciate everyone watching this, and I will catch you in the next one. And just remember, it's always scarier if it's true. Bad bye. So I just came out back and this little motherfucker's chilling. Look at him. Look at him, he's chilling. Yeah. He's chilling real good. He's chilling real good. Look at him. Yeah, he's in a deep slumber. Yes. He's waiting for some excitement in his life. If you are too, make sure you call 1-800-WET-MOUSE. They can get you on. They can get you off. You just give them a call. Call rates are $9.99 per minute. But look at the excitement. Do you see the excitement? He's so excited. He's like super excited. So excited. Dudes, upon further investigation, he's dying. Like he's dying. I touched him with a broom and he barely moved. Look how cute he is, or she. He's dying. Look at his tail. What a weird position to just die in. It just like comes to the middle of my patio. You see it breathing? It's not dead yet. It's just dying. I don't know what to do. I don't want to like kill it and put it out of its misery in case like it's just in a little mini coma and it's gonna be fine. But I don't want to touch him in case he's just got rabies and he's putting me in a false sense of security. Shit, he could jump at my finger right now and I'd be gone. I'd be fucking gone, guys. I don't know what to do. Do I just lick him? Is that what animals do? They lick each other? I could lick him. So I put him on this thing and moved him so he's not right in our walkway, but like, he moves a little. I'm thinking, yeah, he got some poison somewhere. And we don't have poison. But he is alive. He moves a little, but I don't want to like move him because he looks like he tries to get back to the state. I don't know what to do. I'm not going to kill him. But I'll show him some love before he dies. I'm petting him. I'm petting him with a stick. So he gets a little bit of love before he dies. You know what I mean? So he's not dying alone. I'm not touching him with my hands. I'm going to eat right afterwards. I'm going to grab the biggest sandwich and just eat it with my hands. You're disgusting. You know I'm Snapchatting, right? I think it's time we say goodbye to little mouse, everybody. I think he's dead. Well, not dead. He's still breathing a little. You can see his little belly moving every now and then. But I don't think he's gonna make it. I think he got some poison. And now we're watching death. Do you think he's gonna go the same spot we're gonna go when we die? Huh? You think? You think he's gonna be nothing? Someone poisoned him. I will get revenge. See him move? Oh, you see him move? He loves me. He loves me. We're best buddies now, man. Best buddies. I think it'd be cool to come out tonight, and he's not here. But I doubt it. He's gonna die, just like all of us. So from what I see, there's not much I could do. He's still alive up in there. So I got a little box with some tissues and stuff. And some grapes. Not like he'll eat them. Not like he likes this blinding light either. You know what I mean? But, yeah, he's still alive. Yeah. Poor little bugger. Poor little bugger. So little homie keeps crawling out. I put him back in there again. But he keeps crawling out to the side, like over here, and bleh, on his back type of thing. So, rather than let him get eaten, I'm gonna move this fool. I'm actually putting him in a bigger box too. That way if he comes out, he's not gonna get eaten by something else and poison something else. And he is still alive. Like I was taking that water cap in there and putting it under his nose, and it would get on his nose and he'd like lick it, and then he'd do that little weird hand thing where he's rubbing his face. So he's trying to live. Don't know how it's gonna go. He's probably dead. He's dead. I mean, he's definitely dead. Not right this second, but he's gonna die. But shit, he could be a real fighter. You never know. Watch him come back, and then he's gonna run for president. You know what I mean? That's the new president right there. Enjoy it. But yeah, that's the update. Little hay, water. Try to get him a little water. See if he does it again. He's been like wiping his face. Can you see him? He doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to die. But he's going to. But he'll have a happy death. Oh shit, he's about to jump out. You want some more water, dude? Alright, you can end this. I didn't mean to turn the light on. But, little bugger's still alive. Moving a little more. About to put his ass in the water. The little drops of water. But he's moving a little more. His eyes kinda, they wouldn't open before. Now you can kinda see he's trying to blink them. So there's progress in his eyes too, actually opening. That's water behind him, that's not pee or anything. I was trying to tip the cap in his nose and he moved and it kind of just like fell. But yeah, he's still alive. Oh, his name's Leroy. I don't know if it's a dude, but it's Leroy. Huh, Leroy? Yeah, little Leroy. You bad motherfucker, little Leroy. Yeah, Leroy. So it's been a little while since I did an update on Leroy. I don't know if he's alive. I haven't checked on him in like an hour or so. I'm still not touching him because he probably has some weird disease. And I'm pretty sure he has mites, which wouldn't be good for my animals. So I wash my hands a lot dealing with him. But still at the same time trying to give him some love. Yeah, as you can see, he's got a whole bunch of fresh veggies in there. He hasn't touched any. Got some water. I've been dipping his nose in every now and then. Yeah, he's alive. Forcing him to drink it, you know what I mean? Like, right now he gets his little paws out and he's drinking it. He's trying not to die. I've noticed he blinks a little bit, which means his eyes are opening, which is a good thing. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty crazy if he comes back to life and then I let him go and then an owl swoops in and eats him. But yeah, he's alive. Still.